Alrighty, welcome back to Akiba's trip, Undead and Undressed. And we're in for more more of the great intro stuff that I know you wanted more of, so here it comes. But we are about to actually get into more gameplay. We're gonna get hit with the second tutorial, basically, of what I'd consider as 3 tutorials. That kind of just get you into this game. Continuing on what I kind of just blurted out at the end of the last episode. Weapon types. So we got the microphone, and I'm going to be using the microphone probably for most of the game. You can pretty much make it last as long as I need to. But like I was saying, one-handers and fist-type weapons are far better than bludgeoners and two-handers because of attack speed. In this game, attack speed is very important because actually hitting your enemy goes a lot longer of a way than like being able to hit your enemy for a lot of base damage. Because like, bludgeoners and two-handers will start out with more damage base, but you can upgrade one-handers and fisters to do pretty much about as much damage. So as you see here, the microphone is pretty quick, hits in succession. With two-handers and bludgeoners, that guy's holding a bludgeoner, by the way. See that stupid like monitor? Like, that's a bludgeoner, and those are so slow to swing. And the charge moves for those are terrible. So, and that guy is using the plastic bat, which is also another one-hander. But the hits in succession are just a lot faster. So we're about to learn how to tear people's clothes off. By the way, see, I just tore that guy's jacket off, and now he is a bit more indecent than before. And now I'm gonna tear his pants off. Hooray! And now he's gonna melt. So that's what you do in this game. You get people to melt by taking their clothes off. It's very exciting. The game's trying to tell me how to heal myself, however I'm not going to. It's not important. Here's when you get clothes down to a certain durability, you can do like a struggle game where if you spam the button, you can take it off if you manage to get it down. It can be useful later on with harder enemies. But one of the things I noticed that the game does is later in the game, when you get to the harder enemies, they all wield fist weapons and one-handers. And the devs knew this. I'm 90% sure they knew that those weapons were better because they're easier for enemies to get in with. And they're easier for enemies to get in with charge attacks because they just do more damage, and the way the enemies scale in this game, it doesn't matter what they're holding. The bludgeoners and two-handers are so slow that they're hilariously easy to dodge, even for the AI. So I was having a huge trouble with this game originally because I was using those weapons just for strength when, like, there's no benefit because you just get destroyed. Except for maybe, like when you do charge attacks, you have a bit more kind of like super armor going on where you can't get stumbled out of them. But it's really, I don't know. But we're going to use the microphone. The microphone is a really good one-handed weapon. It gets better as you upgrade it. Alright. Our dear sister has finally shown up. You saw her in the intro. See, she has that little hair lick, the little ahoge, that messy hair, that good stuff. And we're gonna do some more of this intro dialogue here. But yes, the rest of this is pretty much, we're going to finish off the intro with some more character introductions. We're not going to get into the final tutorial until a little later. I know I said most of the intro was the last episode. However, I wasn't lying. This is a bit better, I promise. But we're gonna get an introduction to all the characters, basically, where we're going right now. So yeah, I had to correct a couple things I said about in the last episode as well. One thing is about the endings. I want to say I was pretty much right about that, but there's a way to get, I think, a neutral ending or like a non. Because like all the endings you get for the girls are called the true endings, but like those are really the only like notable endings. There's I think a neutral ending. I think it's all encompassing. I think it doesn't matter which route you get on if you get the neutral ending. At least that's like, to my knowledge, that's what I've read, because I haven't ever gotten it. Like, I guess if you just like somehow get on a route and go like, yeah, whatever, and then it's just like, that's how it goes. But so far, I have not gotten this neutral ending. I don't think it's particularly bad or anything, but I also know that the game doesn't even like, I mean, the game, when you get endings on the title screen, as you might have noticed, more characters show up. Like originally on the title screen, it's only the main character, Nanashi, but as you get more endings, more characters show up on the title screen. And I guess if you get the neutral ending, characters show up on the title screen, like ones that you can't get to show up otherwise. But like the game doesn't like, there's no like signifier for whether you get the neutral ending or not, and there's no like, I guess there's no trophies for it. So it's like kind of like if you're running 100% based off of that, then you just don't notice it. But I don't know, it's not that important. But I think it's just like a neutral, like, yeah, you don't get to get the girl ending. Sorry, no school days bad endings for you guys. But yes, we'll get to move in a second. We're gonna go up through here, UD plus. I don't know if that's how they actually call it, but we're gonna go to the second longest intro cutscene. As I hate to break your heart with more intro stuff. Gotta follow our sister who slowly stumbled back to base. So we're about to hit up the base of operations here. Alrighty, so you're gonna see this place a lot. It's MOGRA, the game cafe, the mission hub, the land of getting stuff and talking to people. And yes, we did it. We finished our first mission. It only took 25 minutes or so to get through all that. So yeah, here is the big introduction cutscene, where everyone is welcoming us back. We get to meet all our friends. I also, another thing I didn't even mention this in the last video, but I want to mention it now, is there is English voice acting in this game. I didn't think there was. I just kind of never bothered to check whether there was or not, but there is, because I was getting recommended videos on this game, and I went, oh, and I clicked on one, and then there was like English voice acting, and yeah, there is. I'm not gonna play, as you noticed, I'm not going to play in English voice acting. I'm just gonna keep the Japanese dialogue. I think that's probably for the best. I didn't really listen to the dubbing for that long, but I'm not gonna change course now. Don't really care. But yes, now we're telling our friends that I'm a vampire, and in typical anime fashion, they're pretty quick to go, oh, okay, and then just kind of like accept that. That's pretty good. That's the necessary way it has to go. But yes, all our good friends, the brothers here, the Tachibana brothers, and Kati. One of the funny things I want to mention here, actually I'll mention it later, but yes. Yes, here's Kati, who gets things wrong because she's foreign. She's the likable European character with blonde hair. That's her role. But yes, Kati, I'll bring up Kati for a second. Kati is the only female lead, I guess. Well, yeah, the only female lead character who doesn't have a route, which some people were not happy with. And you can actually, they're out of the 6 characters you can patrol with, she's the only one without an ending, which I think is interesting. I'm wondering why, but yeah, but I guess it's because her role in the story isn't as ingrained, I guess. I mean, the 5th ending, the bonus ending that I mentioned is with your little sister. It's not anything indecent. Don't start calling the cops on me or these devs. It's nothing indecent. But like, it's you did stuff for your little sister, you did the right thing, and you're a good brother, and she's happy, and you see her smile, and it warms your heart ending. And you can get that no matter what ending you get. But you can patrol with her, you can patrol with Nana, and she's not a very good partner at first. But you can, and she technically has an ending, but Kati is not. So that's a little interesting, and you can pick choices for Kati that seem like they were gearing towards an ending for her, like very purposefully, because like they're almost deliberate. But I think the purpose they serve is to almost dodge you like getting onto other routes instead of like the one you want, one that's coming up soonish. I say soonish, but I have like the dialogue could go on forever at this point. I promise. This is at this point, this is pretty much the rest of the intro. Like, it's all the character introductions we're gonna get thrown in, and then once we get out of the last tutorial, which is not much longer after this, it's pretty smooth, consistent, especially when side missions show up. They haven't yet. They do a little bit into the game. We have to get to a couple main missions first. When side missions show up, it's gonna be the gameplay to cutscene and dialogue ratio. I promise, it's gonna change. But yes, here's Pops. I like Pops. I like his beanie. I like the glasses he isn't wearing. He's letting his hat wear glasses, but he's not gonna wear them. And he's got like a collar. And this is this boy with his anime t-shirt, proud. His posters rolled up, diligence. And yes, Toko, the resident tomboy childhood friend character. She reminds me of somebody. I just can't off the top of my head recall who. And then this guy was he's gonna wear his glasses. Yes. But yes, the Tachibana brothers, Kati, Pops, and Toko make up. Oh, and Nana, who we saw, but she ran away into her room that we can't go into yet. But yes, now they're plotting, and I am one of those vampires, and we're gonna plot how to deal with that. Thanks, Kati. You're having my back. I do wonder why she doesn't have an ending. I think it's interesting that they didn't give her one. Is it because she's foreign? Is it because she's from Finland? I wonder. But yes. We're getting there. We're getting there. Soon enough, we're gonna get the third. One of the things we're gonna get into soon that the third tutorial gives you that I didn't have at the beginning of the game is cross-stripping, which is really useful. And cross-stripping is it is as it sounds, and it's very useful. I should have picked the DVR to anime choice here. I think at this point I was just kind of waiting for the dialogue to get out, to run. I was waiting for the dialogue to start running out. Because I was like, this is gonna be like a 50-minute intro video, but we're almost there. I guess this is really an intro 2 video, but I already cashed in on my episode 0 card, so alright. I mean, at least we get all this character introduction. It's not just Xenia being like, haha, I strapped you to a table and now look at this red room as we wait for the dialogue to run out. But yeah, so the partner system in this game as well. I was talking about patrolling. Who you go out with, I've read that it does have an effect on the ending, but I don't think it's really significant. If I had to guess, the choices for affection are way more impactful on whether or not you get with a girl or not. Because I've gone through this game without ever manually changing a partner, and I've still gotten the ending I was pretty much going for. Like, if you make the right, making the right, VN choices is just not difficult at all, and if you just don't mess with that, you don't have to do any of the extra, go out with people. I just don't think the partnering changes it that much. Because the game will automatically set you partners based on missions, and I ran with that and I still got other girls. The game will partner you with Shizuku a lot, but I still got Toko's ending. So whatever. But yes, partnering in this game, there's 6 girls. It's Shizuku, Toko, Nana, Kati. You can go Kati. Shion, who hasn't shown up yet. And, what am I forgetting here? Oh yeah, Rin, who also hasn't shown up yet. And they will, soon enough. But yes, there's 6 girls you can go out with and hit up the world with, in terms of beating people up, and they each have their own finishers and stuff, and their base stats. But I don't know how much it really makes a difference. I don't think in any playthrough of this game I've ever done that deliberately, except I took Kati out to go to the battle arena once, and it was just to see what her finisher looked like, which was pretty good, and it was worth it. But yes, the partnering system in this game is pretty simple, and I don't know how much of an effect it really makes on the game. Kati's very charming, as you can tell, and Shizuku's just being roped into this. Once again, I should have picked the last. I'm not being scummy enough with my choices that don't matter. Because trust me, like I said, like 80%, that might be generous. Like 85% of the choices in this game are just like whatever. Like pick what you want. But here we go. The game's gonna let us go soon. The reins are gonna be in our hands soon. Just not yet. So right now, Pops is gonna get us to go to the battle arena, and we're gonna get our final tutorial. It's gonna be the last one. I mean, later there is some like tutorial-like things that happen to introduce new concepts, but they aren't like. I mean, it's not gonna be interspersed with like 20 minutes of character introduction. So it's gonna be. It's not gonna feel as like, you know, It's not gonna feel like we're breaking the game in anymore at that point. But yes, Pops is gonna send us to the battle arena to get toned, to to get just ripped, to get an 8-pack, to hit people with my microphone that I bought. But that's gonna be what's coming up soon, though not in this video. Unfortunately, we don't get to that fun stuff yet. We're gonna get to run through a bit more of the overworld. The game does a good job of kind of like sending you all everywhere in the overworld with the missions, so that you kind of get a taste of everything. One of the areas is initially locked off, and we won't get there until like about the middle of the game. But for the most part, we're gonna run through the same areas. But yes, here the game is gonna make me pick between taking Shizuku, taking Toko, or the third choice, which these guys don't bring up, is just Kati. And naturally, I'm gonna pick the Kati option, cause why not? Not only that, but picking Toko or Shizuku is one of the first affection choices in the game, as you can imagine, and I'm just gonna go no. I'm not gonna fall into that pit. And we're gonna hang out with the maid, which you see, like, there are choices for her. You can pick to go out here with her on patrols. There's things where you can pick her, but she's really, I think, a way to get out of giving affection to other characters, so you don't have any unwitting, path changes. So finally, the game's gonna give me the control, except, okay, just one more. So here we go. I'm gonna touch this butthole. This guy will tell you how you sit with in terms of affection levels with all the characters. I literally have never used him one time, and I'm not going to. But anyways, thank you for watching. That is the second episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.